Lil Baby setting himself up for failure. Let's just get into it.
What's good, YouTube? It's Just Says to be paying today.
Damn, this nigga sick or like nigga got a voice
I'm
changer?
back with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be telling you
You
why
sounded
Lil
like
Baby
Darth
might have
Vader
just
for a
set
minute.
himself up for failure. But before I get into that, make sure
I know. Okay,
you
this
leave your
isn't hate.
like, comment, and
Nigga,
subscribe.
move your head. This amount of jewelry not kind of crazy though? Like that shit got to be heavy, right? Because most of this shit is gold. So nigga, you got three. Oh my, hold on. I gotta look at this shit. You got three different Cubans. This the type of greed they talked about in the Bible, my nigga. Like at a certain point, it's got to be enough, right? Not even I'm not even trying to hate. It just I feel like that shit got to be heavy on your hands. Like every time you pick it, hand up, it's a workout.
Subscribe, do all those things. It helps me out.
Nah,
Lil Baby just put a ton of
maybe
pressure
I'm
on
bugging.
himself. He has an album coming up for release this Friday titled Leaks.
It got pushed back.
Pressure on himself. He has an album coming up for release this Friday.
It got pushed back another week. Did that come out? I feel like I might have heard of it, but I didn't listen
Titled
to it.
Leaks.
Because again, I'm a fraud. I don't listen to albums.
And he
Sorry.
essentially went all in on his musical reputation. Whatever's left, he's gambling. And this is what the kids like to call aura gambling. The reason why there's so much riding on the success of this album is just simply when he decided to drop it. See, not too long ago, maybe a few weeks ago now, Gunna said that he was going to drop his next album, the last one, on August 8th. Now, he said that with like a week in between the date of announcement and the date of release, so he probably said that like August 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, one of those days. And shortly after that, Lil Baby all of a sudden has an announcement that he's dropping an album on August 15th. Now, Lil Baby did end up pushing the album back a week to the 22nd, but still, this was a very clear
nigga been getting lapped by Gunna all nigga for the past however many years, and he trying to compete with this nigga. It's over with, gang.
from Lil Baby to try and
It's not over, but you got to chill.
squash Gunna's released. Gunna and Lil Baby have been beefing for like the last 2 years now or something like that since Gunna has gotten out of jail. This is due to the belief that Lil Baby and Young Thug have that Gunna snitched on Young Thug and the rest of YSL. Gunna is still signed to YSL, however, at least he was until this last album, I'm pretty sure. And Young Thug is obviously the owner of the label YSL, so he knew when Gunna was dropping long before he announced it to the rest of the public. And I don't think it's too far-fetched to say that Young Thug
This nigga, I don't get why this nigga don't. That shit looks
probably
so
told
crazy. This
Baby
nigga got corned beef on the side of it. Like, why, nigga? Why do you have ground beef on the side of your face, nigga? Oh my goodness, bro. This shit looks so
public,
crazy.
and I
Look
don't
at
think
this
it's too
nigga,
far
bro. Yo, this nigga looks a fucking
fetched to
mess.
say that Young Thug probably told Baby when Gunna was dropping in order for them to kind of cook up a scheme to kind of embarrass Gunna and squash his release. Yet I don't think that this is going to play out the way that Young Thug and Lil Baby probably expected to. The reason I say this is mainly due to the fact that in the court of public opinion, the fans have decided to choose Gunna over Young Thug and Lil Baby. Fans have been really annoyed with the street dudes, the street rappers, really trying to enforce their street rules on us as music listeners, trying to make us drop Gunna and no longer listen to Gunna because of the snitching allegations. I wouldn't say that the rappers have necessarily no longer listened to Gunna
Look at this way this thing got his mustache lined up.
because of
You can tell you can't trust a nigga like this. Come on,
the
dog.
snitching allegations. I wouldn't say that the rappers have necessarily blackballed him, but they're pretty close. They're playing the reindeer games over here, and they've shunned Gunna to that corner of the room. So it's like people are already annoyed with street dudes trying to enforce their rules on us, but now they're trying to do it to a fan favorite who people have loved since day one. They don't care about the snitching allegations. So people have riled around Gunna, and he's gained even more support because of this. And if we're looking over the last 2 years specifically, Gunna has made better music than Lil Baby and Young Thug. Now, Thug was in jail for the last 2 years, or most of the last 2 years, so I mean, he kind of gets a pass. But Baby, that's not the case. And in the case of Baby, he actually had a reputation as one of the best rappers of this generation. But if we're looking more recently, he's kind of fallen.
He had that reputation for about 3 years, nigga, from like 2019, maybe 2018. Did he? I say 2019, 2020, maybe 2021, maybe, and then yeah, nah.
from that, and people don't
He had
see
that
him
for a
in
solid
the
three
same
years,
light.
nigga.
He's gone from a
Tops.
guy that was universally beloved as an artist that everyone loved, everyone had in their playlist, everyone kind of had
2020 was his legacy year, though. I ain't gonna lie.
in
That was a tough year for that nigga.
their top
That
five,
was
and
a good
if you
year.
said he was your favorite rapper, nobody looked at you sideways, to a guy that a lot of people see as kind of
In
one-dimensional, kind of
2019.
basic, and a lot of people they feel like they've grown
Nah, because 2018, that's when Drip Too Hard dropped, right? So nah. 2018, I say he was okay, 2018 to about 2021, that's when niggas got off of him, right? So for 4 years.
out of his music. I
Not a
believe Lil
bad
Baby's
run.
making a mistake by dropping around the same time as Gunna because he's already been losing this PR battle for like 2 years now. The fans have already chosen Gunna. Not only that, but his public perception as a whole has kind of been taking a downswing from the way that people view him musically and as an artist to the way that people even view him as a person, with situations like the streams with Black Boy Max where people are calling Lil Baby a scammer and saying he's weird, and his crew, and even the stream with Aiden where some of his buddies were gambling and didn't want to pay off the debt. Like, there just has been a lot of negativity surrounding Lil Baby as of recently, and the best way to fix your PR if you're a musician or an artist is to drop great music. Just ask somebody like Chris Brown. So Lil Baby has an opportunity to kind of fix this negativity, this negative PR with this new album and kind of rejuvenate his public perception. And I think that he's making a mistake by immediately tying this album to the Gunna situation, because this album should have been focused on him dropping great music, him getting back in the good graces of hip hop fans.
Not gonna lie, the last Lil Baby album I listened to, I think it was 2023, or yeah, I think it was 2023, or was it 2022? It was my junior year of high school. Um, I forgot what it was called. It was the shit where he had Hey, that song. Hey, fry. Hey, hey, it's the first night coming to my house. Yeah, that shit was ass. Yeah, that album, I did not like that album. That's when I think that's when Academic started beefing with him. Yeah, but that was the last album though, cause yeah, that shit was trash to me. And I didn't like him that much on the Lil Durk collab tape either. I forgot that was Voice of the Heroes, I think. I didn't like that one. Then he dropped that shit. Didn't like that. It was over for
Him
me.
just being the guy that's going to be super, super hot again, the guy that's taken off like he was in 2020. But now, instead of that, he's dropping around the same time as Gunna and immediately reminding fans of a situation that they already don't like him for. So instead of just dropping his own album, now everything that happens with this album is going to be immediately compared to whatever happened with Gunna's album, for better or for worse. He's already under a ton of immediately
Look how
compared
this
to whatever
man.
happened with Gunna's album.
Look how this nigga was dressing. Come on, bro. Nigga rocking suspenders. Look at it, man. Gunna had to glow up for real. This nigga was rocking suspenders and a banana shirt. Are those peas in a pod? I mean, it's probably some expensive designer shit, but I don't care. Nigga, this shit look crazy.
For better or for worse. He's already under a ton of scrutiny from fans talking about his music, and his next project was probably going to be judged pretty harshly, as people are just
Wait, hold on. Am I a hater? Maybe I'm a hater. Damn, I'm a hater, bro.
looking for a reason to
Damn.
hate Lil Baby. Now he made the pressure 10 times worse, planning his drop around Gunna's drop. For one, he has to outsell Gunna. Gunna is on pace to sell like 90K first week, which is actually quite good. But the one thing that Lil Baby has always had over Gunna is the numbers. No matter what you think about these two rappers, no matter who you think is better, no matter what debate you have
He not trustworthy. You're rocking that cap.
back and forth, Lil Baby has always been unequivocally the bigger and hotter artist, even back when they were friends years ago. So if now the public sentiment is not only Gunna's making better music, but it's also that Baby can't outsell him, it's gonna get super nasty for Lil Baby. Even if he does outsell Gunna, if it's not by like 50K or more, people are going to try and roast Lil Baby for having all this industry support, all these features, and still being within the same range as Gunna. Musically, Lil Baby's been stalling for the last few years or so. A lot of people have tried to attribute this to him and Gunna no longer being together, saying things like Gunna was giving Lil Baby the sauce, Gunna was even his ghostwriter. I think that stuff is a bit far-fetched, but still, there is a lot riding on this album to be good. His last album, Wham!, pretty much came and went immediately. It wasn't well received. It didn't have a crazy impact, and it's been essentially forgotten already, and it came out this year. He also hasn't had a major hit in a little minute. Now, for most people, it's not that big of a deal. You don't need to have a hit every year or every 18 months. But for the run that Lil Baby was going on before this kind of dry spell of music, it is kind of crazy that he hasn't had a massive hit in a cool minute. In my opinion, he hasn't had a complete run of good music since like 2021. Now, that's not for me to say that he hasn't dropped good music since 2021. He has good songs and good verses here and there, but he hasn't really had a complete run to me since 2021 where everything that was coming out was good. Like, especially his verses, and if we're talking about his albums, it gets even worse there. This album should be Lil Baby trying to remind us why he's one of the best of this generation and why so many people were so high on him just a few years ago. Some people even
Type shit.
comparing him to Lil Wayne, saying he's the Wayne of this generation, which I always thought was wild, but still. Lil Baby is betting on this album to be a banger.
I get why people were saying it because he did have a tough run. Because even from like 2017, I think was when it really started. Like when I started hearing of him in 2017, then 2018, that's when he got all the way on. And 2019, he went up more. 2020, he was still going crazy. If he would have kept it going, then yeah, he would have been Wayne. But how many niggas keep that type of shit going
Gunna's album came
realistically?
out and people like it, but it's not taking over the world. There is a real opportunity for Lil Baby to rewrite the narrative that's been surrounding his and Gunna's music since the split. If this album is fire, then that would be an aura regaining of the likes we haven't seen before.
Okay.
This album is fire,
Nigga rocking Bape short shorts.
then that would be an aura regaining of the likes we haven't seen before. As we've seen from several Twitch streams, Lil Baby's a gambling man, and in this scenario, he's gambling what's left of his aura. The features he announced for this album are actually pretty interesting. Playboy Cardi, Young Thug, Lucky, V's, and a few more. Lil Baby has been stuck in the trap vortex with his features for the last like 5 years now, where the only features on his album were Future, Young Thug, 21 Savage, Gunna, Lil Durk, and Travis Scott.
I think Cardi on a song would be good. I think, but then calling it the leaks makes it seem like a mixtape. I don't know if it's supposed to be a mixtape or not. Um, but yeah, he got Cardi. That's good. V's Lucky. Like he's tapping into something different.
Outside
That's
of
good.
Thug, we have a pretty much new cast for this Lil Baby album,
Yeah.
which is massive. Lil Baby has needed a refresh for the last few years now, so hopefully with this new cast, that will help. This album is going to be very key to where Lil Baby goes
This pendant is so ass. Like I get it. Is a bunch of diamonds on it and that's fly. That's fire. That shit is so ass. I get it. Four pockets full. Nigga, that shit looks ugly as shit.
for the
Sorry.
rest of his career.
Sorry.
Personally, I think that Lil Baby is
Sorry.
a very, very good rapper. He just really needed a reset. It felt like in his music
That
post
shit looks
2021,
terrible,
he
bro.
got very complacent.
I
His
don't know.
verses felt kind of mailed in, the albums felt mailed in. It didn't feel like he had that same passion and hunger that he did in the beginning, which is understandable. That makes perfect sense. To go from, pretty much broke to generational wealth in like 3 to 4 years, yeah, I get why you wouldn't want to grind as hard as you did in the beginning. So maybe that's why Lil Baby is putting all this
That's
pressure on
facts.
himself by dropping around the same time as Gunna. Maybe that competition from Gunna is what's going to inspire him to really get that fire under his butt and start rapping again like he used to. Maybe this competition is what we needed to get
I
that
hope so.
greatness pulled out of Lil Baby that he displayed just a few years ago. I will
Hey,
say
let
this
me
though.
know if you want me to listen to the Lil Baby album. I don't know if he already dropped it. If he already dropped it, then no. But if he's gonna drop it, let me know if you want me to listen to it live, and I'll see. I'll think about
If
it.
this album is considered a success, where Lil Baby outsells Gunna
I need to
by
stop talking in vocal fry. I don't. I do know why I do that. I just do that all the time. That's like my. I don't know. It's just yeah,
a
whatever.
lot, and the album is
I
pretty
need to practice speaking, like projecting my voice for real, like this. Yeah,
much
yeah.
widely considered to be good, we may be in for a flip. We all know that the internet and fans are very fickle, especially rap fans. They're very fickle. It's very much, what have you done for me lately? And if you've been listening to the internet, there have been rumblings building about Gunna and him making the same song over and over again, and people
That's
just
facts.
not being as high on Gunna as they once were. It's just
I think niggas is just tired of trap in general.
getting
That's all it is to
louder
me,
and
I think.
louder. For as many
Especially when niggas aren't clever with punchlines or they're not, you know. Cause at least with a nigga like V's, you got clever punchlines, or with Lucky, he's just saying some shit that niggas can relate to. But nigga, you talking about I don't even know what Lil Baby talk about.
people that were glazing
but it's nothing really, it's nothing I can latch onto.
Gunna when he first got out of jail and he was dropping music and he was hot and all over the place. There's as many people now who feel like they're split on Gunna, feel like his music is kind of bland, kind of stuck in the mud. So if Lil Baby comes out and this album is dominating the charts, is dominating the music space, is dominating the conversation, people are loving it, we might be in for a massive flip in terms of this narrative. And this gamble might have ended up paying off extremely, extremely well for Lil Baby. But I guess we're just gonna have to see. We're gonna have to wait and see what this album sounds like because man, I am excited to hear some new Lil Baby, and I'm also excited to see how this narrative ends up playing out. But if you made it to the end of this video, I greatly, greatly appreciate you. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those
For
things. It helps me
sure.
out a ton.
For sure.
I go
For
by the
sure.
name
For
of
sure.
Pay. Peace.
If you fuck with the video, you know what to do, bro. Like and subscribe, bro. We going to 1K. We going Cloud9 on niggas.